Welcome to Oasis, Tribe with the Vibes, where we lift up the spirit and open our mind. Wellness, reflection, empowerment, joy, healing together. Your soul will enjoy. Hosted by Netta, let the journey begin. Authentic on the vibes, bringing light from within.
Try it again. Okay. Hey, tribe. Welcome to today's conversation. Love Rehab, healing, loving, and thriving. Today's guest is a great friend of ours. And in fact, I am changing everything I wrote, and I often do this, but she reminded me that she was one of the first people in the studio before the studio had any patients. And I love how your brain puts memories in like a reservoir. And it does not open the drawers of that until you reconnect with that person. And you feel such more love and connection. It just gets more deeper because you're like, Dad, we really do have some roots. And so that's what I'm feeling right now. I am so excited to have her. I'm thrilled that she is here. Let me introduce y'all. Our next guest is no stranger to creativity, healing, and self discovery. In fact, we attended her first self love event. And even then, it was so powerful. I enjoyed the unisex environment, okay? But it was good to write love letters to ourselves and hear strong young black men share their own love poems and love stories and love letters. It was great. I'm digressing already. Her journey has taken her far. I'm excited for you all to hear about her path to self love and discovery towards healthy relationships. She's the author of Love Rehab, Volumes 1 and 2, The Mind Behind a Powerful Self Love Journal, hashtag Write Yourself a Love Letter Challenge, and even the Self Love Conversations card deck, designed to spark deeper conversations about love and self reflection. Beyond her work, she's someone I've had the honor of knowing since our days of serving youth together as coach and mentee. And I mean, I'm not about to do it. I'm not about to do it. Don't do it for the vine. Mm-mm. So this is truly a full circle moment. And I've been telling myself that I'm going to stick to the script because I feel like I wrote it intentionally. She's also been a huge motivator, an inspiration, and encouragement throughout this journey of creating affirmations and meditation cards. So thank you, for real. Please help me welcome to the tribe, Kia Smith, here to share her wisdom on self love, her new ventures, because she got new things coming on. I'm trying to get these tears out of my eyes, and how she continues to create spaces for growth, reflection, and empowerment in her writing and in her lived experiences and daily life. Give it up for Kia, y'all. Let's welcome her. Okay, great. Tribe, welcome Kia. But as you know, we're going to start with a mindful minute. Today's mindful minute is about compassion and self love. Given that Valentine's Day is right around the corner, we wanted to make sure that we emphasize loving yourself is the best love you can ever do. It's the best therapy you can ever give and the healing you can ever do for your soul. So take part with us. Take a deep breath with us as we dive in. Tribe, your mindful minute starts now.
Take a slow, deep breath in and let it gently release. Allow your shoulders to soften and your face to relax. Let every part of you settle into this moment. Now bring one hand to your heart. Feel the warmth there. Feel your heartbeat steady and alive. Now repeat quietly in your mind. I am deserving of love. I am deserving of gentleness. I choose compassion for myself today. Let those words melt into your body. Let them soften the spaces that feel tense. Let them remind you that you are safe and you are becoming. The brain literally changes when you practice self-compassion. Neuroscientists found self-loving thoughts activate the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress hormones and increasing resilience. Speaking kindly to yourself, even silently, increases oxytocin, slows heart rate, and stabilizes blood pressure. The same physical shifts produced by deep affection from others. You are growing. You are healing. You are enough exactly as you are. Take one more deep breath in. Imagine you are breathing in compassion and exhale with gratitude. When you are ready, gently return to this space, your space, with kindness and love.
Gotcha.
That was beautiful. I feel very present.
Yes,
I feel
yes.
very present.
That's why we like to start with this,
I
so
love
that you
that.
know,
Yeah, I feel
it's a
relaxed.
conversation.
Yeah, I
Yes,
feel relaxed.
absolutely.
I feel present. I'm
Doing
excited.
great. You've also been drinking
We have.
Southside Carioca.
Yeah, this is 10 out of 10.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salute. Kia,
Mhm.
you an author now.
I am. And you are tearing up already.
I have.
I am.
I'm flooded with all the thoughts. You know, memories are coming back to me, and to think that we were at your first.
You were.
Yeah, I'm just overcome with gratitude because it's so joyous to think about.
Yeah.
And now you are on your book tour, and we're excited for you to tell us about your newest win. So I'm going to start with what's a recent win that you want to share with the tribe? Tell us. Come on, let's go for it.
Let's see. 2025 was a real personal year for me, and with it being 2026 now, it is. I consider this year mine. I have decreed and declared that 2026 is mine, and what that means for me is I'm going after everything. No,
Period.
no limitations.
Period.
I tend to move through life fearlessly, but last year is when I became like more intentional about it. So recent wins, man, it's so many. I dropped my fourth book in December. It's a thank you. It's a collection of short
You should just pick
stories.
that mic up. I don't even know why you're playing.
It's a collection of short stories that all have the theme of healing and heartbreak, but all and it's 7 different women, 7 different standalone stories. And yeah, that came out in December, and I'm really proud of that one because it challenged me. Also, I came out with Love Rehab too last year.
Yes.
So super proud of that because if you read Love Rehab 1, you kind of saw how it started, and then just to see my characters grow in the ways that they did. It's some of my proudest work to date. And then even this month, I'm also about to drop book number 5.
Girl.
Yeah, so all right. And then in April kicks off author tour, so I will be in the Cali Author Takeover.
Okay.
Think so when I say author tours, think Scholastic Book Fair, but for adults.
Oh, wow.
For
You were in another BRAT or BRAE?
yes, Black Readers Author Appreciation is a free virtual event where authors we make our books free, however many books we want, for readers to download. So I
Wow.
had over 1,600 downloads.
Girl.
And I touched countries that my feet have not even touched yet. So Germany,
Amen. Ashe.
yeah, Germany, Ireland,
definitely saw that.
Italy, France.
Come on.
Just and whether the readers get to it today, next year, whatever. I know how reading goes because I am a reader.
Absolutely.
But it was very cool to scroll my Threads timeline because that's where like most of the reader girlies are, either on TikTok or Threads or like Instagram, and to see like them post their hauls, and Love Rehab was on there. So super excited to, just access and exposure. So April begins the author tour. Like I said, think Scholastic Book Fair before adults. So in April, I am doing the Cali Author Takeover. That's my first one because I live in LA now. And then in June, I'll be in Dayton, Ohio for the Rep Your City book event. And then in November of 2026, I'll be in Huntsville, Alabama for Bookmark Her.
Can you send us all these
I
links so
will.
we can put them
Yeah, really, like I'm really excited. I always knew that I would write books, but I didn't think it's always been something that I always wanted to do. I never
Yes.
set like a deadline or anything to it, but or had like a start by this age I'm gonna do da 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 da. I just always knew I would write books. I've always been a writer, always been a feeler and a thinker. So I always had a thought. So now to kind of like see these dreams
come to
yeah, they're
yes.
materializing, they're coming to fruition. I don't know, it's cool. It's kind of
Yes.
cool. It's pretty cool. Hey y'all, this is Kia. I am the author of Moody Multifaceted Musings About Love. You can check out my Love Rehab series, my standalones, and so much, much more on my website and on Amazon.
Can you use OTWV as the like first unofficial launch of your book and get and let us hear a snippet?
A snippet. I got y'all. You can hear a little snippet.
Okay, okay. I'm like, Ooh, I love that. I don't even know what to say besides I'm excited for this little snippet that we're going to hear later on in the conversation. So stick around to hear that snippet of the soon to be released fourth, the number of stability, the number of foundation. I've been seeing 444 lately.
I love that.
Oh,
I love that.
girl, it's aligning. Yeah, I just cannot help this. Okay, so you already told us that you knew you wanted to be a writer. When did you know that? How did you know that?
Probably it came from being a reader. I was a reader first. I always been an avid reader. Always been an avid reader. Was definitely that kid who would be off in a corner somewhere reading a book when I was supposed to be doing math or science. Never cared about math or science. Never cared. I just never did. But always loved to read. Especially like I think at one point I was thought to be a little dyslexic, but I think really what it was is that I didn't have patient people around me to teach me how to read until I got around patient people who taught me how to read, and then I actually found a book that I like.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, like with being a reader, like people say they don't like to read, but I just feel like they haven't found a book that they like.
They haven't found a type of book.
Yeah,
as
once
well.
you find, and then also how you like to read. Some people don't like reading physical books. Some people like audiobooks. Some people like reading on their Kindles and things of that nature. So
I like to see the words and hear it.
yes. Okay, so that's called immersive reading. You know, so
I gotta see it because I'll be like, no, you be skipping words.
yeah,
Absolutely, yes.
yeah. So, but then like that creates. I think I've always also had a very overactive imagination. Was definitely the girl, the little kid who used to play with her Barbies and her Bratz dolls and had a dollhouse and all those things, and just make up story and just be yapping for hours and hours. I was the only child, so.
But I stopped playing with toys when I was 9. I started giving them away. My mom was real mad about that.
Oh wow! I don't know what age I stopped playing with dolls, but at some point I started filling up notebooks with poems and stories and just creative writing.
Creative, yeah.
And figured out that English and reading and all those things were like my favorite subjects, and I used to excel in them. And like, you know how you had to read a certain number of books to win a pizza party for your class?
Yes.
I was pulling them
Oh
numbers
my
alone.
gosh.
It was all me.
It was all me.
That's on my back.
Literally
Baby.
carried the class.
Wanted that Pizza Hut.
I
Shout out to
did.
Pizza Hut for doing that. Maybe if we
Yeah.
bring that back,
Yeah.
we will have more
See
students
at the
reading.
yeah,
It's
see
so
at the
fundamental.
adult scholastic book fairs, they have liquor, pizza, other vices, like
We gotta
food.
go to this.
Like it's just so many
give me
brunch,
three
so many cool like
You are opening me
black
up into
women.
a new
Y'all need to
little
get on
era.
Book Talk. Get on Black Book Talk. Get on Black Bookstagram.
I'm not gonna
Black
lie.
women, anything that has black women's involvement, we're going to elevate it to the
Yes,
next level. And
yes.
it's so cool meeting people who have such a shared common interest. That's so cool because, just navigating life, you feel a little lonely, but we'll get to that. But yeah, was always a kid, like I just was a writer, always a feeler, always kept a diary.
Same.
And I really feel like when I was created, probably my life path was like, okay, you're gonna lead a very interesting life. You got to document it. So I started documenting, and it's just I don't know. I didn't know that journaling at the time. I didn't know like writing in your diary and journaling and things like that. That's good social emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
And it makes you more emotionally intelligent. It helps you
Absolutely.
articulate yourself better. It just helps with so many things mentally and emotionally. It was just something I felt led to do. So like nothing super duper profound. It's just I was a creative kid who turned into a creative woman and just also was in an environment, had mentors and things that nurtured my creativity instead of like making me feel weird about it, I would say.
Yeah, your mother is a wonderful cheerleader.
She is.
We met her at that
Even she is. She is.
and I don't know. I just felt connected to her ever since. So
Yeah,
big ups to your mother.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout
my
out
girl.
to the mothers. Yes.
But also my dad too.
Yes.
Because he's a musician, and he was the first person I
Creative
ever
brain.
saw. Yeah, he was the first person I ever saw make a living out of something he loved. He didn't take the traditional route with anything. Even when and he had so many people in his family and people around him telling him like, "Oh, you should think more practical, or you should do this." He's like, "No, I've been a bass player for 30 something before I was born." Like he started off in a church, and he makes a good living. He took
Gotta step out on faith on
you
yourself.
do.
You
So
have
he was
to.
the first person to teach me like this is you got to bet on yourself on the good days, on the bad days, on the days you got money coming in, on the days you don't. If this is something that you are passionate about,
Yes.
you gotta go crazy with it.
Yes.
Like you just go all in. What is the worst that could happen? So that is just how I started writing. But how I came, the pandemic actually gave me the time and the energy, and I ain't had nothing else to do. We couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
We couldn't. We had to be isolated. And so I put out my first book, April 2020. And
Yes. Tell us about Love Rehab.
write yourself a love letter challenge.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I was about to say. Write yourself a love letter
Yeah,
challenge.
challenge,
Thank
yes.
you. Yes. Thank you for correcting me.
Of course.
I want to know how you went from the journal to a novel, but yes, the first one was write yourself write yourself a love letter challenge.
So write yourself a love letter challenge. It has just grown into so many things, and I don't know. I think that's still one of the best things I ever did because it started off as just a social media challenge in 2016. Damn, 2016. Okay, wow, 10 years. Wow, 10 years of loving myself and advocating for others to do the same. Shout out to that. Wow, that is so crazy.
I love when we have those moments that I was just talking about earlier. Yes.
Yeah, it really has. Okay, so it started off as a social media challenge in college. Had a class, we had an assignment. I had to come up with it. It was on social media, which is interesting because it kind of like catapulted my career in my professional career in social media as well. Because I didn't even know at the time you could make a job out of certain things. So shout out to that class.
Yes.
But it was a social media challenge, and then so that was 2016. The first time I ever led a workshop around it was 2017. When I was in undergrad, I used to volunteer. It used to be called the Women's Center, but now it's called the something empowerment center to be more inclusive. But when I was volunteering there, it was the women's centers for survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence. And everybody kind of like in my college town, they saw how the challenge went viral on Facebook. It was on Facebook. And I just had all these people writing love letters to themselves. Like the challenge was you post a picture of yourself and you write something that you love about yourself. Write a letter from you to you. And it was very challenging for so many people because that is hard. We live in a world where if I ask a general population, what's something you hate about yourself? We'll get a laundry list of items that we don't like, that we hate, that we dislike, whatever words you prefer to use. But if I ask people what they love about themselves, it's almost a shyness, a reservation, like just like, oh my God, like you putting me on Front Street. And so many people inbox me like, Kia, I want to do the challenge, but I fear I don't love myself. And so that's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is something to work on.
Can I just say, I learned today, I was today years old when I learned that self-love was once considered a radical political act in ancient societies and even into the 19th century. And I feel like now as well, caring for oneself was seen as a religious and rebellious act because people were expected to prioritize duty, labor, or family over their very own needs.
And then put the labels of being a black and a woman. And we have our own unique challenges of resting, showing up for ourselves, figuring out what a healthy relationship looks like, not just in romance, but also familial, platonic.
Getting help.
Medical asking issues, for help.
Medical issues.
Boundaries.
Yes.
Literally.
It was black feminist activists that created the term self-care.
Yes. So
If you've been craving peace, clarity, and a little more you time, this is your sign. Synergy Oasis is where wellness meets intention. Holistic Core is our way of helping you align your mind, nurture your body, and protect your energy, one ritual at a time. From empowering decks to reflective journals, that feels like a deep exhale. Plus, stay tuned with our wellness podcast, Oasis Try with Vibes, where healing is real and growth is a lifestyle. Shop Synergy Oasis Holistic Core or subscribe to our meditations on Substack. Together, we grow and thrive. Find out more at synergyoasisforau.com.
Yes. So
Starting all of it.
So
for everyone.
And so as a 22-year-old, I didn't realize like what the light bulb really didn't start going off until about 2018. That's the first event that y'all came to because graduated college in 2017, came back home, joined City Year, was still a blogger because I've always before becoming an author, I was a blogger for years.
Technically, isn't that considered an author, a writer?
Yeah. So always been a writer.
Yeah.
Literally always been a writer since at least second grade.
I want to say you're causing an awakening in me because every time you say your first book, I apologize. I always go to Love Rehab. However, her first book is the journal, which also means that my first book was the motherhood journal that I came out with.
Yes.
So I am the author of the Mother Love and Puberty Journal. You can find at synergyoasisforyou.com.
I love it.
Yes. So
yes, because
thank
it
you
counts.
for that.
So 2020, I started writing Write Yourself a Love Letter Challenge, or WYALLC to shorten it. I started writing it maybe sometime in 2017, but I was picking it up, putting it down, picking it up. I didn't know what I was doing, y'all.
Yeah.
I was just typing on them Google Docs every so often.
Whenever you were inspired, that's what it's about.
Yes, I am a mood writer. So I just am. So it was 2020 came around, the world shut down.
Yes.
And everything got out, and literally life has been just so different. It's just been so different. Literally everything about my life has changed.
I mean,
Everything about my life. I don't even live in the same place anymore. That's probably the biggest shock to me, that I don't live in Chicago anymore.
I can't wait to talk about living in LA.
Yeah, we gonna talk about it, but
it don't compare to Chicago.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it's serving. I'll say it's serving its purpose.
Yes.
But literally everything has changed about my life over the past 6 years now. So it's like, So started getting serious. Like, okay, I need to put this book out. At first, I was gonna put it out on my birthday, which was March 17, 2020, but that didn't happen. I had my final event for the year, because eventually WYALLC turned into a self-love workshop, and I would have it every year up until my last year having it was 2023.
Okay.
But I would have it every year, and we had it elevated. We had
you had to move to something else.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it elevated. So it was still creating that safe space for people to express their joys and challenges of learning how to love themselves. I was creating community for people. We ate good. Like, it was a good.
You increase people's lifespans.
Yes,
okay?
And then I started coming out with my books, and I came out with a journal, and like in a journal, I had like personal accounts of my self-love journey, because my entire 20s was chaotic. Oh, it was so chaotic. Oh, baby, it was chaotic. But now I'll be 32 next month in March. So now, like, life is a bit more calmer. Still has its own sets of challenges, but nothing compared to
and you know yourself in a better, deeper, more in tune way.
Yes,
so
it's
when
nothing
things do
compared to the
occur,
20s.
you're like,
it's nothing compared to the 20s. I'm so happy about that. The people were not lying when they said your 30s are better with money. And I love that. I love that.
Especially if you're experiencing a 27th year where you feel like your world is upside down.
Oh,
and having power moments every time.
Yes.
That is just what happens on your 27th return around the sun. So.
And that is, yeah. Saturn, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think I moved out my mama's house right before my 27th birthday.
Yes, you did.
A lot happened from
2020.
Yes,
That
and
was
now your number 2022 is because of that. Don't those moments need to happen though, so that you are propelled into the next?
They do.
It sucks.
It does.
Real bad.
But the glow up, the upgrade after that feels
good.
So I feel like good is not even encapsulating it.
It's
different.
You really
not
can't
even
describe it.
It feels owned, like it feels like your own, like you know you work for that, you know you went through the mud, you know you actually did
like
whatever
you
that
shedded
is.
a layer. Like
yeah.
You're not even that same.
You're
like,
not even that same person.
I was literally telling my mom the other day, I was like, I worked really hard for the peace that I have now.
Amen.
And I'm just not, I can't play. I don't play. Like, I literally transformed. I went through a metamorphosis.
Yes.
I went through a metamorphosis.
You're now out of your chrysalis.
I went through a metamorphosis, and I just feel good about life. I'm excited about life. To be able to wake up and do what I love, and even if it's not full time yet, it's still an opportunity to do it.
Absolutely.
So, Write Yourself a Love Letter Challenge just grew into so much. And then I kept having events. And then I came out with a card game in 2024, January of 2024. I always wanted a card game. So I figured out how to design one. And I came out with it. I mean, sometimes it's as simple as thinking about what you want to do and doing the research, because you do have to do your research, and then just doing it.
Yeah. She's the reason why Synergy Oasis exists with affirmation cards. She showed me just how easy it was to put your thought onto a different canvas. Because for me, painting was my canvas, and now digital art is my canvas, and I'm like, I actually like the digital art space.
I love that.
I also love collaborating with different artists and seeing their representation of what I have spent some time working on. I just put language to the art, to the image, and I really attest that to you, which is why I got so teary-eyed in the intro, because
It's
I
really all
think
you.
about, yes, but
It's
I
really
think
you.
about the moment I was stuck and I was having that writer's block. And my man was like, you should reach out to Kia.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
And I was like,
Shut up.
yes,
Yeah.
I should reach out to Kia. And that's how yes.
I love that. I love that.
He's a good man, Savannah.
That is a good man,
Yes.
a real
Yes,
good
a
man,
good
Savannah.
It's a
I
good
love that. I
man.
love that.
Loves connecting me to resources, okay? And you
Yes.
were one of them. And from then on, I mean, y'all see, decks
Yes.
have been coming out. So I
Yes, I'm
appreciate
so
that so
proud of
much.
you. I'm
Thank
so proud of you. That
you.
makes me sound real. My face is
Yeah.
hurting. I'm smiling so wide, but I am so proud of
Yeah.
you. I love
You
it.
told me. So yeah.
I love that. I received that. I received
And I'm gonna be showing you some of my manuscripts because I need some final looks
Okay.
overs for things as
Okay.
well, and the accountability to keep going because the writer's block is real.
Yeah.
I hearing you say it again, believe that I too am a mood writer. If I am not in the mood or in the empty head space because my mind is constantly
You're
going,
not gonna write.
I end up writing the other things that I was trying not to write and not the book that I've been working on for 20 years. Like, let me write on the one thing that I've set this time to do and it has not happened. How have you gotten the spark to write, produce, and create, but despite the,
Despite all the things, I've always been deeply inspired by life, especially like my own life, because 2020. So between 2021 and 2024 were really tough for me. Um, just kind of tumultuous. People dying, friendships ending, relationships ending. Like literally shedding skin, just shedding
oh,
skin,
we know that all too well.
and
Yeah.
even like shedding things that I was not quite ready to let go of, but I had to let go of it if I wanted to. My grieving process, it felt like was very long.
Grieving somebody still alive.
Yeah, that's hard. Like that is so challenging. That is so hard. But and then 2024, so 2023, I'd say was probably one of my worst years because it was just so much. Like relationships ended, friendships ended. Like and these are like long term things. Like just so much, a lot of, and I was carrying a lot. And then in 2024, I got laid off. And the girl, it was just a lot. So navigating how I'm gonna pay my bills, how am I going to pay my rent, how am I going to do this, and got an opportunity to join this program that connects underserved communities with marketing opportunities. Ended up being in LA for 11 weeks. Ended up, okay, once this 11 weeks is over, I don't have anything to come back to in Chicago. I don't got a job. I don't got a place to stay. I just didn't have anything tangible. Like I had my spirit, and that's immutable. You can't take that away from me. Yeah. But it was
that transition caused you to start over,
literally,
and so you were starting over,
and I was
for real,
petrified. I was petrified. I had just turned 30 in 2024, and I was just like, I didn't know what I expected life to look like at 30, but I didn't expect it to look like how it did. I was like, what is this? And so
the rebirth be real.
Yes, and I think it honestly started on my 30th birthday because I went to Bali. So got laid off in what, the day after Valentine's Day in February of 2024. I had a dream about it the night before though, that I was gonna get called into the office and they were gonna lay me off because the last day of January, they called a meeting at the agency I worked at. I worked in marketing, and they were saying that they were going to have staggered layoffs. I wasn't supposed to get laid off until like March 31st or something like that. But then they started letting people go one by one. We had a Valentine's Day shindig. Later that night, I had a dream, literally, and it came. It's so crazy to me because I do dream, and sometimes they do come true, or they show me
Yeah.
something. But had a dream, so I dressed real casual to work. I put on a pair of sweats, a baseball cap.
So
I'm like, I'm
that
not gonna
sounds
be
like
here
some behavior you
because
would do.
I'm not gonna be here long. And I
Wow.
knew it. I had it was no shock to me that at the end of the day I had a calendar meeting with my HR lady. And she was so kind. She was like, "Yeah, I know we said the 31st, but we gotta let you go." I said, "When?" She said, "Today."
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was like something kind of clicked in my brain. Like, okay, you have been saying like you need some reprieve, you need a break, you need all the things. This is, and no matter what it looks like, you gotta have faith.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I am petrified, but okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Authentic. Authentic Capsule is my videography editor and producer name. I decided to make my long term hobby of being behind the camera my business. I love being on sets of a podcast taping, filming a good old Chicago prom, or taking pictures for a good family friend. Maybe even it's a family event that you want pictures and videos for. I'm the person for you. Book Authentic Capsule so I can capture
Let's do
you.
it.
Yeah. Let me say that was my experience. Same year,
Mm-hmm.
end of January.
Mm.
We were gearing up to go to Brazil for Carnival,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I was called into the office,
Mm-hmm.
more like into my office because we were remote at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was told that, my position would no longer exist due to budget cuts, etc. And part of me, like literally 2%, panicked because the other 98% knew that I was about to go to Carnival. I am going on this vacation. I know I am protected. I know I am provided for. I'm about to have a fucking time of my life, which I did, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
I have not looked back.
Learning how to live life on your terms, it is both equal parts liberating and scary at the
Yes.
same time.
So reward, like bittersweet and rewarding at the same time. Yes.
So I always say, when I look back on 2024, I always say the first 6 months of 2024, I was holding my breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop because it was just so much going on. The last 6 months of 2024, I learned how to breathe again. I had a new environment, and even living in a new place comes with its own set of challenges,
Yeah.
but it was also liberating
Yeah.
because the same heaviness and distraction that I had back here at home, I don't have those
Not at all.
in LA. I don't. It's just so much. Like, I just didn't have that.
How did you have the fortitude to move away? Because I know I talk a lot of game, but I have not actualized the move away from the family.
Um, I think I just had to, for once in my life, I just had to think of me, and I had to. I was trying to figure life out. Like, I was like, I don't have a job. I am facing eviction. These people are trying to evict me because I can't. Even though I was on unemployment, it's not enough to pay
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
$1,600 rent. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. I was living downtown in a cute little studio in a nice area, and I just couldn't do
Yeah,
it.
no.
And I just had to make a decision, and an opportunity came for me to stay in LA after my program was over. So I did. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna figure it out. I don't know. I never wanted to move to LA.
That was an act of faith for sure.
Yeah, that was never a place I like visiting LA. That's fun. It's fun. I like visiting. I never imagined that I would move in LA, but 2026 this year will make 2 years. So we'll see. Is it a forever home? No. But is it home for now? Yeah. Has it served its purpose? Yes. In what ways? I am very focused. Very focused. I when 2025 came around, uh me and somebody took a hike, went hiking and to the beach on New Year's Day. Never did anything like that before in life.
It's a beautiful thing.
It was.
Yes,
It was.
it
It
is.
was, and just breathing. And GNX had just dropped by Kendrick Lamar, and one of the songs he goes, "I deserve it all."
Yes.
That was
one of my
and
yes.
that was my 2025 mantra. Like I, because
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar is
Deserve
right.
it
I do deserve it all.
Yes.
I do deserve it all, and I started to believe that, and I
Love that
told,
man.
yes, I do. I love me some K Dot. Like
He's also somebody I will go pay to see
oh,
any concert.
absolutely.
I'm gonna pay for you, baby. Okay.
Yes. So he like just how affirming that was, and like really adopting that, and I just decided I needed to lock in. I knew I wanted. I knew I was. So with Love Rehab, Love Rehab is actually a re-release. It first came out in 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, I dropped the book in 2020, and I dropped the book in 2021, and then I stopped. I did not pick up my pen. Well, I did pick it up, but I wasn't sharing anything. 2023 came around. Heartbreak had me so creative. I was just like, just writing, just writing. It is very interesting what heartbreak can do to you.
Yes, it inspires so much drive and get back and upgrade and level up.
And I
when
just,
you release,
yeah. And I was just writing. I was just writing. I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna share this. And I started working on Love Rehab 2 in 2023 as
Wow.
well. But yeah, Love Rehab 1 is actually a re-release. And I knew, I was like, okay, this is how my 2025 is going to go. I am going to come out with, come out with Love Rehab on his, around his 4th birthday. Gonna re-put that back on Amazon and on my website on all the
There's four
things.
again.
And yep. And then Love Rehab 2 came out in September of 2025. And then Love Songs While Heartbroken came out in December of 2025. And then I got a web exclusive too that's December 2025. So it's just a lot. And I've never felt so. Obviously I'm not heartbroken anymore.
right.
I have healed. I am whole.
Well, baby, look what you produced.
Look what I produced. And
Time.
I've just never felt this focused and creative. Building what's called literary citizenship. So me and one of my author homegirls started a authors group on Facebook called the Black Writers Room. If you black and you're a writer, join us on Facebook if you want a safe space. You don't have to be a published author. You could be aspiring. You could be have 1 book, 0 books. You need advice. You need community. You need connection. You need resources. Join our group. But just meeting people in the book space, both digitally and in person, and I never thought that I would write so much fiction, but all my fiction has elements.
That's what I'm hoping you touch on.
Elements.
Yes.
I sprinkle a bit of myself into all my characters. My tagline is that I write moody, multifaceted musings about love. It's just all about love. And when people hear love, they think, "Oh, you a romance writer?" No, no.
I love my friends.
I love my friends. I love my
my
family.
food.
I've been in love. I know love. I've been in love. I've given love. I could tell you about love, but it's not. It's not just romantic love. There's familial, platonic, self. So all my writings have elements of healing and self love and self discovery, and you're going to have 3-dimensional characters that aren't just one way. Everybody is layered because we as human beings are layered. I'm not just this person that you see here. If you peel back my onions, if you peel back my layers, like it's like, oh, so she's a lot of way. Yes. And that's just, I like writing about common human experiences that we just don't think about.
Yeah.
That's just, I do a Valentine. So I invite all of my girls and we do little activities, get to know each other. That's like my thing to like, because I have different friends and a lot of different groups and I rarely bring them all together. So that's like, okay, we're going to focus on this topic so I can get through the day with all of y'all personalities.
Yes. Yeah, and I love that. I love that.
But yeah, that's like, you can't, being the Sagittarius that I am, I don't really, by the time Valentine's Day come around, I'm not trying to mess with nobody. But so I've always tried to do something with my friends and keep in mind like they be booed up. So I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do it either before or after the holiday. Just
confirm and do it fast. I haven't did it in a couple years, so
Yeah.
It's always fun.
2026.
It reminds me of your self love.
Yeah.
Yes, because it originally was supposed to be a Valentine's Day thing. We had that real bad snowstorm
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in 2018.
I was
so
stuck on.
yes,
I don't want to talk about that.
and it got pushed to March, and then it was a March thing. But then I started pushing it to the summer because my birthday month is March. I'm not doing. One year I had a self love event on my 25th birthday. I'm never doing that again. Like no, like that's so stressful.
Yes.
And all you want to do is be celebrated.
I don't want to be celebrated. I'm sorry, not sorry.
You good? You good? 'Cause that's a lot.
So
I don't mean to go back to this, but
Go.
I wrote this question down so I would not forget it. What have you been doing to? You said that grieving. So what have you been doing to get over that grief? And how do you balance being an author and a speaker and a creator with your own need to purge and recharge for your own wellness?
I feel like writing is very cathartic for me. So just one of those. It's always something I'm gonna come back to. So journaling. I was in therapy for a while until my therapist quit on me, and well, she didn't quit on me per se, but she quit the company that she was going through. So that was another thing that happened in 2024. Like, damn.
And they need their own self-care and therapists. Let's love on our social workers. Let's love on our therapists and clinicians and psychiatrists.
But most of it came from just feeling my feelings. The only way out is through. And that sucks. Oh. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's just this feeling and experience that feels good all the time. It's not frolicking in the grass, baby. You are in the trenches. You are in the trenches.
Take me through that.
You are in the trenches. I was in the trenches.
I zoned out because your hair has just been wiping it all off.
It's okay.
But then you said it, and I was like, going through it, baby. 2025 was going through the trenches.
Yeah, I was in the trenches. I had to feel it. I had to grieve. And sometimes my grief looked ugly. Sometimes I didn't get it right. I didn't always do right. I was a menace. And then I just relaxed.
Yeah.
How that old saying go? Relax, release.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I really had to sit with myself and really tell myself that just because that relationship or that friendship ended doesn't mean that my life ended. Oh. My life did not end just because certain people aren't a part of it anymore. And that's okay. And also, it's okay that those people have moved on and found people who better align with them. Yes. That's okay, because I feel like we should all be in alignment with each other. And if we remove proximity and certain things, you really have to ask yourself, would you choose the people if you weren't in close proximity to them, if y'all didn't share mutual interests?
Not at all.
And you probably wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Or you just don't realize people are there for a season and a reason. Yes. And once they either accomplish whatever the reason they was supposed to teach you or whatever, it's they season is over and you have to release them. And if you hold on, they're gonna take you. They're gonna take you through
their season.
Yes.
And you don't want to do that. So and then that's what grieving someone that's still alive that you have to physically cut off. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah, it was challenging.
Yeah.
It was very challenging. So this year 2026 makes 3 years since I've been a single woman, and just really figuring out like identity, who I am outside of, and I've always retained my identity, but you know how it is, like when you're with someone, like your lives just become
absolutely
it combines and it becomes enmeshed, and you know when you are not in that anymore. It's
disjointing.
Yeah, you almost feel disoriented and discombobulated.
Yes.
So I went through that a lot and just navigating a bunch of things for the first time that I never had. Like my first birthday by myself, I went across the world to Bali. But even like little things, my
Freedom
first
of a solo trip is great.
yes, I love a solo trip. I love it. That's how I prefer to spend my birthdays now by myself. I do, and everybody be so mad at me, and I just be like, I love
Same.
y'all.
I'm trying to be out of the country. It's mine. We're
It's
turning
mine.
around the
It's
sun.
literally, it's not yours.
I'm gonna be out in the wind. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. So
People be asking some wild stuff on your birthday, so I'd be like,
yeah.
no, I want to spend it in
Oh,
solitude,
With
yeah.
myself.
peace, wherever
I was
that
in the
is.
womb by myself. Can I
Literally,
spend this day by myself?
and I literally feel like, to go back to your question, like how do I kind of like deal with my own grieving, but also pour so much into other, like
Your projects.
that is, I returning back to self and having solitude is how I do so. I have to recharge, especially like when you just give so much of yourself to others, like talking to people, listening to them, sharing. When you write, you're sharing pieces of your heart. So
So vulnerable.
it's, I spend a lot. I don't be talking to people. I spend a lot of time alone, and people think I am strange. And I think they're strange for always needing noise around them. But I also understand where that comes from.
Personal, you got all these people to be yes men around you. Like you, it weirds me out that people cannot be by themselves.
It weirds
Like
me
you
out
can't
too.
do nothing by yourself. You can't go to a restaurant by yourself. You can't go to the store by yourself. You can't take a trip by yourself. You can't do nothing by yourself. Or even if you gotta call somebody while you do it, some stuff I'd be like, relax. Like you can do this by yourself. You don't have to have somebody talk you through it. Like that's very weird.
I think it has to be a balance though, because now, even though I really do enjoy being by myself, I still do desire companionship.
You need community.
You need
Yes.
community. You need companionship. So I try to balance it with, just being intentional, making room for new friends, checking up on my old ones, and just not letting. I work really hard not to let certain experiences jade me.
Yeah.
I can't. Life is so short. I don't want to spend it being jaded and upset and bitter that something that I thought I really really wanted didn't work out.
And there's, to me, a fine line between someone who blatantly is not trying to discover themselves, they have no self-awareness, and someone who needs you in order to be aware of themselves. That just, I can't be, no, I can't help you know yourself.
I could put a mirror up to you.
I can't do that for you, and I would hope that you wouldn't want me to do that for you, because now I'm not focusing on myself, because I am focusing on what works for you. On that note, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Be right back.
Are you looking for a brand new urban fiction series that centers healing, self love, and self discovery? Then you need to check into Love Rehab, my 2-part duology that places a mirror on yourself while also teaching you to dance with the ghosts that you see. You can check these books out on Amazon, my website, as well as my forthcoming releases. All on Amazon, all on my website, KiaSmithWrites.com. Follow me everywhere at Kia Smith Writes, and I'll see you in rehab.
This is Oasis. Tribe with the vibes. Let's grow. Together we thrive. Let's a good vibe flow.